there is the Group F table. Mexico top on 6 points. Sweden, who played Germany later this evening, currently on 3 points. It's all over as far as any possible progress for the Korean Republic. No points for them so far in this tournament. They still have one group game to come. Well, Mexico have reached the round of 16 at the last 6 World Cups, but they've gone no further, so they're on course once again to get out of the group. It'll all hinge on what happens later on between Sweden and Germany. But it's a very good position for them to be in. Richie, what was your overall impression of Mexico's performance today?
I think they were deserved winners today. I just wonder with the setup of the group, and we were all frantically here doing our maths, if Korea Republic got the equaliser, how would that affect things? But the situation as it stands now, there's still possibly 3 teams could have finished this group on 6 points. So I wonder if that late goal that they conceded tonight might make a crucial impact in terms of goal difference. But overall, the better team today. They had the quality going forward when they needed to. South Korea didn't show enough.
No, a slightly nervy finish there for the Mexicans, with South Korea getting that very late consolation goal it turned out to be in the end. Well, Chicharito's second half goal proving all important. That's his 50th international goal for Mexico, and in scoring it, he becomes their leading scorer of all time. He's already a fairly big hero in his home country, and that'll only enhance his reputation. Nice finish by Chicharito. And I was just thinking, Kevin, if they do manage to come out of the group, and it's only an if at the moment, they'll face Brazil, Switzerland or Serbia. If they were to meet one of those countries tomorrow, first of all, who do you think they'd prefer to meet? And secondly, how would they fare?
I think they'd fare very well. You know, they've nothing to fear. They're full of confidence. You look at them celebrating at the end of the game. They're all going around hugging each other. They're a confident side now. Two good results. So very good, obviously, against Germany, and professional performance, and I'd call it that. You know, I don't think they fear anyone. They've been as good, they've shown as much as any team has in the World Cup so far. So, you know, they're that confident. I think they'll take whoever they get.
Yeah, Richie, what do you think? I mean, they did concede that late goal, but, I mean, you couldn't put down that late goal to a defensive lapse, because it was just a very good finish.
That's really the only blemish in their performance over the last 2 games. I mean, they're really well organised, everyone knows their job, they're full of energy, they go from defence to attack really, really quickly. They could be a bit more clinical up front, but they're full of creativity. Confidence must be through the roof at the moment. They are also in a possibility where they may not qualify. I don't want to put a damper on this, but again, like you're expecting a reaction from Germany within this group. It's very plausible. Germany could go and beat Sweden tonight, and you would expect them to beat South Korea in the next game. So that's them on 6 points, and then it's up to the last game between Mexico and Sweden. It's all permutations and ifs and buts and maths and all this kind of stuff at the moment. So goal difference could be a feature in this, but at the moment, it's been a really good start for Mexico. I don't think many teams in Group E, or those 3 teams, will be sitting there being confident.
Yeah, they won't be rubbing their hands together thinking, we've got Mexico, this will be easy.
No, if they do get there.
Yeah, if they get there, of course. They do have a difficult one to finish with against Sweden. But we'll see what happens later on between Germany and Sweden. I have to get through that one first. OK, Clinton, let's look back at that second half. And in the end, Chicharito's goal was very important, seeing as South Korea got that late consolation goal.
It was vital, and I think he deserved it. I think his all-round play in the last 2 games have been brilliant here. But you can see it's a break. Lozano, he breaks with pace again. And he's got 2 options. He can either pick Vela out of Hernandez. Hernandez is pulled. And I think it's an intelligent finish. Most strikers would have probably let it go across them, hit it left foot. But he's checked back onto his favourite right foot. And it's a good finish into the bottom corner. But you can see there, South Korea committed 8 players in the Mexican half. They had to go for it. We did say that. And as you say, Lozano here, he's got 2 options. And you can see Hernandez has made a good run and Vela's on his right. So it's up to him. He picks the right choice, because I probably would have picked Hernandez. And it's a good finish. It's not unbelievable, because you can see here from here, he's kind of like bobbled it in, but sometimes the bobble finishes, as the 2 lads will probably tell you, are the best finishes. Sometimes when you hit it too clean, the keeper makes a save, and he deserved that, because I thought he worked the channels ever so well, held the ball up, and that's where he comes alive, in and around the 6-yard box.
Yeah, and he's a confident striker.
You can see here, I think maybe there's a foul there on Herrera on Key, and South Korea will be disappointed that the ref didn't give that. There was definitely contact. It was a free kick, but you got to go and just carry on, and Mexico did carry on and put the ball in the back of the net. Yeah,
and needless to say, Richie, I mean, you have to feel for a country when they know their World Cup is over, and I suppose especially when they've still another match to play. But much lauded before the tournament, Son showed his quality in this game, and a lovely finish for what was their consolation goal.
Yeah, they left it a bit too late. I mean, they did. It upped their performance for following this goal, even though there was about 4 minutes left or so. There was a bit more intensity, a bit more bite in their play, but this is a really quality finish from Son. We all knew he could do this. The question was within its structure, the South Korea play. Sometimes he can be a bit out in his own in terms of talent, in terms of ideas, but that's what we all knew he could do. Unfortunately for South Korea, it was too little too late. But I do think they would be aggrieved seeing the replay of the tackle that led to the second goal, particularly having got the late goal themselves. That's an if only that they'll leave the pitch with. But overall, I think over the two games, I don't think they can have too many gripes. I don't think they deserve to go into the next round based on what they've produced so far.
Yeah. So basically, you've said you've been impressed by Mexico. So do you forgive them the chances they didn't take?
Spin it as a positive. They're creating opportunities. I mean, against Germany, I think they showed their willingness to get forward in numbers. They showed what they can do, particularly if you leave spaces like this in front of the back four. The players who have bright ideas, I think in Vela and Leon and Hernandez in particular, we're all used to seeing him. Guardiola here takes a shot with his right foot and then follows it up again with his left foot, which is really good save from Joe. But for large spells of the game, they were the ones who looked more likely to get the goal, so it was a deserved win. Shots from distance like this, this didn't trouble the goalkeeper at all, but good play from Mexico all round.
I think, Kevin, we've established that Mexico are a good overall team, but maybe are they missing a Lukaku or a Kane, or is Chicharito a good enough go-to striker for them?
Chicharito is a good enough striker. He's got 50 goals in 104 appearances. And it's a goal every second game, which is world class. He gets a bit of criticism. Clinton spoke about beforehand, he doesn't hold it up, he doesn't do this, that. In that game tonight and in the game against Germany, he was holding up. He was the lone striker, he was running channels, he scored. Sometimes I don't know what people want.
Is he not getting on a bit, though?
Yeah, but he's 28, he's not that old. I said the other night...
He is.
I said, the 30 is the new 20, but he's a fit guy. He looks fit, he runs all game. Missing maybe a yard of pace, but he still gets 50-odd international goals. You can't argue with that record.
No, and he remained cold, Clinton, didn't he, for that finish?
Yeah,
I love that term.
That's him. Yeah, he just went cold in the box, ice cold in the box. And it's a good finish. But no, Doyle's right. He doesn't have a lot of pace, but what he does when he ain't got a lot of pace, his movement's good. So if he sucks defenders in, he can get him behind. It's just like, I'm not going to compare him because they're different players, but Robbie was the same. Robbie Keane, his movement, not blistering pace, but one of the best movements around, and that's what Chicharito's like. They got great movement, and that's why they get so much goals, because they're always on the move in and around the box.
Yeah. So still the man up top for Mexico. Korea, in fairness, they had their chances, Kevin, but you pay the price if you don't take them. Yeah,
in the first half, it went like how we thought. They sat very deep and tried to suck up and go on the counter. Long balls forward, Son gets in here. I think he had 3 goals like this in the end, but he was waiting for support for the first 2, and I think by the time he had the third strike, his head was pretty much gone. He should have passed that one. But again, they're deep, they're pumping a long ball forward, but Son uses his pace to get in behind. Maybe could have done better there with his touch, but that was the story of the first half. Second half, they had to come out a bit more. It was good interplay. Wang to Lee. I think Key ends up with the shot here. Look how much numbers Clinton said they had 8 forward in the second half when they break away. That was the risk they took, but they had to get numbers into the box to have a chance of scoring and staying in this World Cup. That was a Lee shot, another good effort. This is more a Mexico mistake, if anything. Mexico are sitting deep and they're soaking it up. It was just one of those nights where you couldn't see Korea scoring. They obviously scored in the 91st minute, but it's a shot from 35 yards into the top corner. They never looked dangerous, even with all those people forward. They weren't creating clear-cut chances. It took a Son 35-yard top corner shot to break the deadlock for them.
Yeah, so Son proving his quality in the end. A player who's probably only enhanced his reputation at this World Cup, and we know there are probably a lot of scouts out there keeping a very close eye on him, and that's Irving Lozano. Clinton, you were impressed by quite a few aspects of his game.
He was excellent. Usually as a winger, all you want to do is get forward, and his tracking back was brilliant. Sometimes you're always reminding your winger, you've got to get back and defend. Tracking back, here he loses the ball. I like that. He's looking at the ref. I want a free kick. No, my reaction, I'm going to get back up and I'm going to win that ball back and prove to you I don't need that. I don't need you to blow the whistle. I'm good enough to go and win the ball back. I just thought he was a threat, a live wire all afternoon. He was the standout player. He wants to take people on. That's what you want your wingers to do. Get into the box where you can't be touched, and he probably should have done better. Here's a great touch. It's the run in behind. If you watch a different angle, he's made a great run across him, and it's a good touch, and he can't get the ball under control, but it's good defending from Key. And so I just think he's a threat. Loads of people watching him. loads of clubs queuing up to make a bid for this younger. And his decision making, he makes the right decision at the right time. He's still only 22 years of age. He's had 29 caps and he scored 8 goals. He's got huge potential and he's going to be a star. He's already a star at the World Cup, but if he carries on going on, he's going to be a big star.
Yeah, what a talent, Richie. You can just imagine quite a number of Premier League managers going, yeah, he'd suit the pace of our game and everything that it
managers
requires.
in many divisions, yeah. He got 4 in the qualifiers, and I remember watching him in the Confederations Cup last year. He was just really lively and a real danger. He's had a hell of a season with PSV, winning the title with them, so I would imagine they'll do very well to hang on to him.
They certainly will. OK, let's give you a reminder once again of how the Group F table currently stands. There's still an awful lot to play for in this group. And later on this evening, Germany take on Sweden. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. And of course, we have, needless to say, live coverage of that crucial game in Group F. Right, if you want to win our trip to New York City, time is